biscuit, taste the pain. 3 years running, second place again. We used to lead, now we just chase. Didn't even touch first this time, what a waste. Don't touch that soccer songs. He's Limp Bizkit, smooth but still no boss. 5 years dry, no shiny prize, just pretty passes and Twitter cries. Taste the biscuit, taste the bluff. It's all clean boots, but not enough. Arteta talks like we're built to win, but silverware's allergic to the North London grin. We brought win the dog, but we lose even more. 3 times second, never the king. And this year, we didn't even lead a thing. Same TikTok reels, same post-match tears, same false dawns for 5 long years. From invincible pride to annual pain, we chase our tail like it's part of the game. Limp Bizkit fence, fans still cheer, but the empty cabinet echoes loud and clear. Taste the biscuit, taste the drought. We talk the loudest, but still missed out. Stinker and hooked. Taste the biscuit, taste the pain. 3 years running.
Second place again. What a banger. Honestly, this should be like Billboard Top 100 right here. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. We are out here. This is like my 4th stream of the day, but we're here. A lot to talk about, a lot to discuss, blood. Big up to all of you guys. So much for us to unpack today. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Today's stream is going to be an iconic all-timer stream. One hell of a stream today. Because, of course, the fraudulent man himself is in the building. When we're talking frauds, when we're talking immortal enemies of Liverpool Football Club, we're talking about this guy right here. He used to not hate us anymore. He used to say good things about Liverpool. But when you're at the top and when you're successful, you always get that extra dose of hatred. Man like Egal is in the building. How are you doing, Egal, mate?
I wouldn't say hatred. I would just say you're stopping me from doing what I want to do. So obviously, I'm not going to be kind to the people who take away my joy.
Okay, so you're saying it's not hatred. So I'm going to go
I think it's wrong to say I hate Liverpool because I don't hate Liverpool. All things equal, and we don't have anything. We're not stopping each other from doing something. Then fair. But I really do think it's just the fact that you guys won the league last year and you guys stopped us from winning the league. I had the same energy for Man City, and if I'm not mistaken, I had the same energy for Chelsea when they beat us in the Europa League. Spurs when they were
on that note, you want to know something? I want to ask you that question.
Same thing for Spurs when they were in top 4 race.
Yeah, I want to ask you that important question. Spurs is different. That's your rival. First of all, big up everyone locked in. Make sure guys are liking. Make sure guys are subscribing. Let's get the likes up. Also, Egal Talks Football is in the description. Please go give him a subscribe right now. So, I will ask you a question, Egal. Very clear question. We found out that Pops supports Liverpool. Big up Pops.
Yeah.
Probably followed in his footsteps. You'd have seen a lot more success. And Lewis would have done your head in about European heritage. But we'll leave that for a different day. Why do you hate Liverpool, Egal? Why all the tweets? Why all the hatred I'm seeing on social media? Liverpool only won the league because of penalties. Liverpool only won the league because of David Coote sniffing cocaine. David Coote dramas. The reason why Liverpool won. We see all the tweets, Habibi. So tell me.
We've been through this already on your channel. We've had this exact same discussion.
Mm,
I don't hate Liverpool. I've never hated
mhm,
Liverpool. The only
mhm,
only people I could say I genuinely despise is Chelsea and Spurs. Even Manchester United, to me,
mhm,
it's just similar situation with Liverpool
mhm,
and City. It's kind of like you guys were Manchester United back in the early 2000s were stopping us from winning
mhm,
league titles. Chelsea recently were just slapping everybody and winning things left, right, and center. It's super got
mhm,
annoying. And Man City over the last 5 years, 6 years, they've won how many titles? So it's like to me, I don't like teams that have long spells where they dominate. I kind of like the underdogs. I was rooting for Liverpool because you're underdogs versus Man City majority of the times.
mhm.
And now that it's a situation where my team's at the top, anything that's stopping my team from winning, I'm gonna have a problem with it.
I'm gonna ask you a question now that the dust has settled and the season is over. Do you think Liverpool deserved to win the league last year?
I said you deserve to win the league, but don't act like teams did not have their own issues that stopped them from competing to the level that they
Mhm.
should have.
So how do you differentiate the two? How do you differentiate Liverpool deserving it
Liverpool
and other
deserved to win the
teams?
league because
Mhm,
in their games they took their chances and they did what they did. In the
mhm,
same breath, Arsenal and Man City did not give their best effort last season.
mhm.
That's all
So
I'm saying.
so
It's two completely different conversations. If you say Liverpool deserve the league, you can't say they don't. They won the league by a wide margin, and really and truly, you only drop points at the end because you weren't focused on the league anymore. As for the conversation about Man City or Arsenal, they
mhm,
did have circumstances that led to them not being as good as they were the previous years.
mhm. So do you think if it
Am I
wasn't for
wrong?
those
People saying
circumstances,
excuses. You can't say it's an excuse when Van Dijk got injured for you guys. That was a legitimate reason why you guys dropped off.
yeah,
Let's
but
not
Van
act
Dijk
like
injury is different because people always say Van Dijk injury. That's the Hamza argument. That's how I know you've been very fraudulent lately. It's not just Van
no.
Dijk that got
I'm
injured.
just responding to the people in the chat since you
Yeah, but
just
Van Dijk
your
got
thing
injured.
froze. You
Joe
lagged out for a
Gomez got
second.
injured. Matip got
Or am I
injured. We had
tripping?
no available center back. Literally zero available center backs. That's a massive difference.
Am I
Like,
lagging or is it Husam? I'm
no, you're
confused.
not lagging. StreamYard is just bugging lately, but we can hear you and see you clearly. Don't worry. It's
Okay.
just a StreamYard issue. The thing is, like, obviously, you're saying we're stopping you from winning the league, which we'll speak about now, even for next season. So, in terms of like, your activities on social media, let's just unpack that a little bit.
Yeah.
Preseason friendly, and you're posting clips and saying Saliba would never. Explain that to me, brother.
I never said that. It was literally I said that Rafael Leao had the exact same opportunity, exact same situation, 1v1 with 2v1 or whatever you want to call it. He was on a break and versus Saliba's aura made him run the ball out of play. Van Dijk, he took the shot first time and scored. Maybe he learned from the previous situation, or maybe just Saliba was a little bit quicker to it and Van Dijk hesitated.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was the
Trying
exact
to
same
find your
situation.
tweet. Trying to find your tweet right now.
I tweet a lot. I tweet a lot.
I know what you're tweeting. You're tweeting so much. Like, wait.
I didn't. To be fair, I didn't watch your preseason game today, but I seen the clips of Rio. He looked good.
Yeah. Oh, Rio Nel Gomez. I was calling him today, bro. Rio Gomoa. This is the channel for prop of Rio Gomoa. You get me? Like, it is what it is. It's beautiful, to be honest with you.
Where
So
is, I think I found it. If you want to see it,
yeah, the one where you're like, oh yeah, Saliba was in the same situation.
I
He
think
cleared.
I was pretty. I did not change what I said. I said exactly what I said. Where is it? Let me find it. So yeah,
Yeah, I was trying to
tweeted
find it just now.
Saliba, exact same situation. Previous game had that sorted. That I don't want to play the clip because you might get copyright, right? But I can show you.
Yeah, probably getting
I
it
can show
copyright.
you that.
Yeah, the tweet right here. Look at this.
There's nothing
Why?
wrong with what
Why?
I said. It's
Why? Yeah.
literally the exact same situation, and boom, we sorted it. Also, this really got a lot of your fans pissed off. AC Milan couldn't even get 3 shots on our versus
Yeah, but you
Arsenal,
wanna know why it gets our fans
and
pissed
Liverpool
off?
are this open.
Yeah, but you
It,
wanna know why it gets our fans pissed off, Egal? Because it's preseason.
but you know
Me,
something,
me.
I didn't say this means you're gonna lose the Premier League or this means your team's gonna be shit. I'm just simply looking at my performance in the preseason versus AC Milan in my first game versus a European side,
Mhm,
a top European side, and Liverpool's performance versus the same team. And I'm just drawing comparisons. I'm saying in my performances, I've seen a much more uh, at the
yeah,
time,
but preseason isn't measuring
a lot of
stick.
people were negative for because they like to be negative for the sake of being negative. But looking
Mhm,
back at our performance compared to your performance, we had a much more controlled game. We had AC
mhm,
Milan sorted. They couldn't really do much. Maybe it was the fact that they had a game 3 days before you, that they had a
mhm.
better performance than you. But in the grand scheme of things, this tweet doesn't really say a lie. This is exactly the honest truth. You can pull up the stats from the game. AC Milan did not have 3 shots, and Liverpool looked very open versus AC Milan. I did not say
Yeah, but you're
anything factually
micro-analyzing
incorrect. It just
preseason.
pisses people off when you point out a statistic that doesn't favor their team because they feel like you're taking a shot at them when I really just
Yeah.
pointed out an actual reality. People say I'm trolling. You can't be trolling when you say Arsenal don't have a Champions League.
If you
That is
lose tomorrow to Spurs, would you care?
1 second, Husam. You can't be trolling me when you tell me, "Oh, you don't have a Champions fact." Same way, when I bring you a statistical fact from a game, even though
Mhm,
it's preseason, you can't be upset. It's a real
mhm.
fact. I had Grizz is a cool guy. He was upset that I put a laughing emoji. Where was it? I put your score I put your score and a laughing emoji, and the guy was upset. And I'm like, what was what did I do? I just said 3-1 laughing emoji, and people are all upset. It's like
Egal,
surely
I
you can
told you why
you,
people are upset. Egal, egal, egal.
surely you can understand. Surely you can understand. I know it's preseason doesn't mean shit, but at the same
Yeah.
time,
So
it
if
is
you
kind
lose
of
to
funny.
Spurs tomorrow, would you care? Be honest.
Honestly, I wouldn't give a shit, but people are gonna get
Yeah.
fake angry. The problem is people take everything too serious. We haven't had football in a long time. It's preseason. I'm gonna go out and watch what other people are doing. And next thing you know, I see you guys are down 3-1 to the same team where we beat them 1-0, and they really didn't have many opportunities against our goal. So
I
somehow a
haven't
laughing
watched any
emoji
other
really
team's preseason game though. I haven't.
I watched the Manchester United versus West Ham. I watched obviously all the Club World Cup stuff with Chelsea and Man
I didn't watch
City.
anything Club World Cup either, except the final.
Hey, I watched a lot of football during the summer. I kind of didn't really take a break. I just been involved. I even watched the women's Euros. I watched all the England games. It was very entertaining. I even watched the under 21s. What do you call it? Men's. The under was it under 21s or under 18s? Under 18s, I think.
I have no
The ones
idea.
with under 20. No, it's under 21s. My bad. Your boy
Mhm.
Harvey Elliott was in it. He was the main star.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna use a under whatever tournament as a measuring stick. That's my thing. Like, that's why I'm very consistent with these things.
Okay.
Look, all the Club World Cup, I watch nothing except the final. Like, I'm very consistent when it comes to this. Guys, I just want to make something clear to everyone in the chat. Guys, banter is acceptable. Zero UCL, blah, blah, blah. But anyone disrespect Egal, gonna get timed out or banned. So no one please say anything disrespectful. Also, there's 700 people in here. We ain't even at
There's
200
so many
likes
things
yet.
you could say banter wise. Why do you have to be rude?
Yeah, just banter. Just tell him 0 league titles in 20 years. Just laugh at Arsenal. You ain't got to do all this extra stuff. You get me? Don't be disrespectful. You get me?
Yeah. By the way,
Gonna
I'm
get
probably not going to see
banned.
it anyways.
Yeah, you're gonna get banned, mate. Um, Big up to Josh who says it's not hate, it's jealousy. We got the girl they want, and it's looking like we'll be locking the relationship for the next 5
No, no,
years.
but if you want to win, you should have disdain for the people stopping you from winning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any normal person who is going to be like, yeah, they beat us. Well, I'm happy for them. Fuck that. If you beat me
Mm-hmm.
to something that I want, I'm going to make sure. Okay, this is me personally. I don't know about you guys, but I used to coach
Mm-hmm.
basketball, and I used to coach
Mm-hmm.
basketball for kids. The kids were between the age of grade 10 and grade 12 in Canada, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I coached basketball, I was a killer. Like my teams would always go to finals. We would, and if we lost, like we did the first major tournament that I went to the final and lost. That same team then went to the finals 3 years later and beat the same guy and broke the brakes off them. So it's a thing where it's like I'm obsessed to the point where when I was a coach and I lost games, I literally would let all the kids go home, and then the next 3 days until or a week until practice, I'll just be thinking about what I did wrong. To this day, I still think about a timeout mistake that I made where I told them to foul a player and it led to an and 1-3, which we lost the game. And these kind of things bother me as just a regular person. Imagine when it comes to football, imagine something you're passionate about. Of course, these players everyone is going to be looking at somebody stopping them from winning, and they're going to say to themselves, what are they going to do to overtake those people? And obviously you're not going to like them. Obviously you're not going to root for Liverpool or Man City when they're beating you, or Chelsea when they're beating you in Europa League, or Spurs when they're in a top 4 race. Whoever is in your way at that moment in time is my rival. Forget about historical rivals with Tottenham. Last season, I couldn't give a shit about Tottenham. The team that I cared about was Liverpool because you're ahead of me. And that's the reality. It's not a thing that I hate Liverpool. If it was Man City in my way right now, I would be same way about Man City. Why do you think I hate Phil Foden all the time? Because the guy has to have a Superman season. The 1 year where we're about to win the league and we're going all the way to the final day, he goes and does what he does. It is what it is. At the end of the day, he has an enemy in life for me, and that's how it's going to be.
Fairs. And actually, let's look forward to the future a little bit. But big up to all of you guys locked in. Like I said, 700 people in the building. Big up to everyone who's here. Let's get the likes up. We asked Egal the question, why does he hate Liverpool? He clarified himself. He explained himself. So I want to move on and talk about Liverpool Football Club first, and then we'll get to the Arsenal stuff.
All right,
so
fair.
what yeah, because it's obviously I want to get your opinion on Arsenal, but I want to get your opinion on Liverpool as well, because I've been hearing through the grapevine that you think Liverpool might have a problem with gelling and all this. What do you think of the Liverpool current transfer window?
Bro, I just want to say it's not just me. There's people who are a little bit more respected in the YouTube game than me, even echoing my thoughts. And I can bring the clip to you right now if you want. I recently reposted it, and it's not the guy who's sitting in his car. In case you're wondering, you know James, right? You know James.
I saw that clip from Sky. I saw it.
James, the QPR fan. Even he's echoing my thoughts, talking about how the balance in the Liverpool squad is just not the same, and with the players you're going to be bringing in and what you're doing, and the fact that your preseason started and you still don't have some of your new players you're going to be looking to bring in aren't in yet. You're looking to bring in Isak, you're looking to bring in a left winger, or you're looking to sell Harvey Elliott, you're looking to sell Chiesa, you're looking to sell Darwin Núñez. If I'm not mistaken, that's just some, to say the least. You're looking to get a backup center back. It seems like your window is nowhere near finished. And bro, we're going to be starting to play football in about 18 days. I know you got a lot of work to do from now till the season starts. And it seems like Liverpool last season, the reason why I feel like you guys started the season so well was because you had barely any major moves in your starting 11.
Oh, you can't say all this, Egal, and then like by match week 10 come here and say, yeah, but the reason why Liverpool are top of the league right now is because they bought all these amazing players. And
I didn't even finish. I'm not even saying you bought all these players. I don't think what do you call it, Gyokeres and Frimpong are as highly touted as some people are saying. They're not up there. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you sign Isak on top of what you're looking to sign, plus you get a left winger of real stature. If you do get Rodrygo, that's 3 major signings coming into this team. How does the team gel? How does the balance work? How does everything go with if you don't get Rodrygo and you just have Isak, Ekitike, and Florian Wirtz? Who plays on the left? Who plays up top? Where does Florian Wirtz fit in this team? Because best believe with the money you've invested in him, he's going to have to find a place in this team. And I do think these are fair questions, but I don't think your audience, who's predominantly Liverpool fans, want to hear these questions being thrown at you.
No, we don't have a problem with the questions.
When you just won the league, and especially when you look like you're having a really good transfer window. But even though you're having a really good transfer window, are you necessarily taking away some of the stuff that you had last season, which was the continuity, the consistency of playing with each other for years and knowing how to best play with each other? And that gave you an advantage to start the season over some of the other teams. And you had, even though you had a new manager, the consistent core of players that did not change over from the previous manager gave you guys some familiarity and allowed Arne Slot to build off of what you guys had. And I'm not sitting here saying you guys are going to be terrible. I'm not sitting here saying you guys are not in the title race. I'm just simply saying it's going to be interesting to see how you
Okay, I
redevelop this
understand
team.
what you're saying, Egal, but that's not my point. I'm not. Don't do what Don. That's you just did what Chelsea Don does, which is like he goes to the extreme when we're talking about this argument. I'm not saying that you said Liverpool aren't in a title race. That's not my point. My point is you're coming here saying all this stuff about like oh my God, Liverpool have to figure it out. Liverpool have to gel. There's way too many changes. So if Liverpool win the league this season, you can't go like, oh, they have amazing players and we can't compete and we can't beat them and all this type of stuff.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. So from a Liverpool perspective, I'll tell you why I have actual evidence to suggest that it will work. 20 years ago, Mourinho won the league and he kept his spine. His spine was Cech, Carvalho, Terry, Ashley Cole, Lampard, and Drogba. And around that, they changed so much. Arjen Robben,
They changed
Duff,
4 starters.
Cole. Yeah, they changed a lot. They kept
You're
changing
changing
stuff.
5 starters.
Yeah, they had Makalele and then they didn't have Makalele. They kept changing. Like their wingers were like Robin and Joe Cole, and then Duff came in, and like there were so many different changes, and then they had Malouda, and then they had Salomon Kalou, and then they had Nicholas Anelka. It's just about keeping that spine. The thing for us this season is Liverpool have kept the spine. So Liverpool have Alisson, Konate, Van Dijk, Gravenberch, McAllister, and Mo. We have 6 starters who are all spine players for us. Frimpong and Bradley, I concede, are 100% downgrade on Trent. Well, no one's going to sit up here and lie. No one's going to sit up here and just like, bullshit. Of course, they're a downgrade on Trent. However, on the left, Karkas is a massive upgrade on Robertson, has Premier League experience already. Florian Wirtz is an upgrade on Soboslai, who hasn't left the football club. He's simply become a bench option now. Isak, Premier League experienced, not just massive, humongous upgrade on Darwin Núñez. And the left-hand side, I'm not 100% sure that we'll buy a starting left winger. I know people are talking about Isak and Rodrygo, which is a possibility. But in terms of the left-hand side, I think we might start with Cody Gakpo. So that gives us 7 starters instead of 6. And, have a bench option who's a bit younger, like a Malik Fofana or someone like that. By the way, big up to everyone who just joined us from Footy Judge Mo. Make sure you guys are liking on your way in. We have 1,000 people in the building, guys. Let's get to 500 likes. Because Egal hasn't even been on YouTube lately, but he's made an exception for this channel. So please like the video right now, subscribe to the channel, and go subscribe to Egal Talks Football right now. Every single one of you, just hit the like button, subscribe right now. So yeah, that's the thing. So when we talk about gelling, people always bring up Real Madrid, right? Here's the big difference for me with the Real Madrid situation.
That's not my case. That's not my argument, though.
Okay, but Real Madrid have so many egos, and the egos have won so much. Like Mbappe won World Cup, stuff like this. Vinicius, all these players won multiple Champions Leagues. With our team, bro, what ego does Isak have with the Carabao Cup? What Isak does Wirtz have with 1 Bundesliga? What Isak does what ego does Karkas have? Like what ego is Karkas gonna have coming from Bournemouth? They all want to fight till the end. They all want to try to keep going. And I think that hunger and that drive will be different for us.
Okay. So I don't think a lot of people are sitting here saying, oh, comparing it strictly comparison to PSG and everything else. Now, I get that there was that United fan who I posted his clip and he was doing that. But I was more or less just coming from the grasp of looking at your team last season. So you've changed Frimpong and Kirkes, right? That's 2, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have Gravenberch and McAllister and the goalkeeper and the 2 center backs. So that 5 is not going anywhere. But then you look in the front 3, you're going to be taking out Isak. Do you think Cody Gakpo is going to be starting? Or do you think it's going to be
There is a possibility that Gakpo starts. I can't lie to you. There is.
Are you going to invest all this money in Isak and Ekitike and they're not going to be starting?
No, I think Isak will start. Ekitike won't start. I'm not going to play Ekitike left wing.
You could play Isak at left wing. I don't know what you're planning on doing.
No, we're not doing that.
You could also play Florian Wirtz at left wing. I've heard that case too.
Big up to K-Mac for the raid as well. Everyone who just joined from K-Mac, also like and subscribe. Anyway, no, I think genuinely with us, and by the way, people in the chat will tell you I've been consistent with this all along. I think Ekitike is holding bench for Isak, and I think him and Slot have had that conversation. I'll be honest with you.
I think initially you guys were signing. If you guys could go and not sign Ekitike I think you guys would
Mm-hmm.
have probably done that. Now that Isak is pushing for the move, I think why Isak is pushing for the move, I haven't really said this much on YouTube lately, is because
Mm-hmm.
he's seen his countryman Gyokeres push for a move, and he's looking around at Newcastle and not seeing as much investment as he expected. So he's now saying to himself, I only have a short window as a career. What is he, 27, 28? I'm not sure exactly
Who?
what age he's at, but this is his chance to get a
Isak, you
big,
mean?
yeah, Isak. And this is his
Isak is
chance to get
25, no?
a big move ahead of the World Cup, going to a club like Liverpool.
Yeah, he's
You
25.
already have, you just signed Ekatike and you're still willing to spend more money. Obviously, he's going to go and try to take that chance. And I think the fact that Newcastle haven't gone into a window and strengthened enough because they've been all their targets have been taken away by other top clubs.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking at that and he's saying to himself, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do what I want to do here. Because he did mention after winning the Carabao Cup versus Liverpool that he wants to win league titles and win major honors. So that's the main reason why I think he's pushing for the move now. He just seen Gyokeres, Ekatike, and all these guys moving, and he's like, I should just go because
I can tell you my honest opinion on this Isak situation. Me and you obviously have been looking at the transfer window. First of all, look, I think if we were speaking to Isak at the start of the window, he might have said stuff like, he wants to stay. But then he realized Newcastle are doing amateur hour. They literally don't even have like a sporting director. Like Eddie Howe and his brother are doing transfers. Like it's actually insane. Like genuinely, Eddie Howe and his brother is the sporting director basically. So he's like, okay, Champions League football, let's give Newcastle a chance. Your first signing is Ilanga. He went like, nope, I'm going to sit up here and play with no damn Anthony Ilanga. So he's
Elanga
looking at
is his
Liverpool.
countryman for Sweden. It makes sense if they would have got some other people also.
Yeah, but like my thing is, look, you do all that during the whole season, score 20-something goals, qualify for the Champions League, and then as Newcastle, you're signing Ilanga, you're getting... Look how many players rejected Newcastle, yeah? James Trafford, Delap, Pedro, Embuemo, Cunha. We're at 5 already. We're at 5. If you actually dig deep, you could probably find even more players who have
Sesko's now
rejected.
said he wants to go to United.
Sesko is saying now that's already 6. Like, so the transfers in terms of like Newcastle getting better. Here's the key part for me. Also, big up to Dan Potts for the raid. Thank you to Pottsy. We have 1,300 people in here, guys. Let's get to 500 likes, please. Everyone just close the live chat, hit the like button. Big up to everyone just joined from Potts' channel. We're talking about Liverpool right now with Egal. We're going to move on, talk about Arsenal as well in a bit. So please smash the like button, subscribe. So for me, I think Isak, the quote basically that came out last week is he doesn't want to play in the Champions League. He wants to win the Champions League. So that for me is the big, like, obviously, like if you're in Isak's place and I basically think we just turned his head. I'll be honest with you. We just completely, like, his head was focused and we just went like, whoop. Now he's completely
but don't you think seeing his countrymen force a move kind of made him say, you know what, I could do something similar?
No, I don't think it's because of Gyokeres.
Because I do think him seeing Gyokeres force a move to Arsenal made him be like, you know what, I should do the same thing.
Yeah, but if Liverpool didn't bid in for him or didn't like contact him and say we want to come in for you, he would have just stayed at Newcastle.
Of course. But because you guys turned his head, also seeing multiple players moving in a similar situation, he just said, you know what, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And I do think that has something to do with it. I'm not saying, oh, he's moving because of Gyokeres alone, but looking at how Gyokeres did his move, Isak's definitely probably been like, yo, you know what? I should keep it. I should be keeping it moving also, because at the end of the day, he only has a short period in his career, and there's no guarantee that move is going to happen next year, or he could get injured and something could go wrong.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, Newcastle also want a lot of money. So when people say, like, me and you have heard this, like,
120, I think it's reasonable.
Newcastle. Me and you have heard the statement, right? Isak will stay at Newcastle, but next year he's going to move to Barcelona. Okay, Habib, next year he's going to cost 100 million also. Barcelona can't even register 50 million Nico Williams. Like, how are they going to register Alexander Isak? That's the thing for me.
Also, Newcastle fans and the Newcastle people are crying, wah, 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 saying all the big clubs are ruining us. It has nothing to do with the big clubs. Chelsea want Joao Pedro. I'm sorry, Joao Pedro's going to Chelsea. Manchester United want Embuemo. I'm sorry, Embuemo's going to Chelsea. Somebody wants to go to Newcastle or to go to a historically top 5 club. They're going to go to the historical top 5 club or top 6 club. It's just, I'm sorry, you're not that club yet. And if you want to build yourself up to that level, you can, but you can't come here and say, oh, why can't we spend and get a shirt sponsor from Saudi Airways for 65 million? Because that's not fair market value. You can't get
Yeah,
a
they
shirt
can't
sponsor.
do what City did 15 years ago.
Yeah, you can't get a shirt sponsor more than Arsenal, more than Liverpool, more than Man City. That's just not legally right. There is laws to stop people from doing things that are illegal. And Newcastle fans are crying because they're like, oh, the big clubs are taking our players. This is how teams build themselves up. You need to know Liverpool lost players. They lost guys like Sterling. They lost guys like what do you call it? Luis Suarez. Arsenal lost players years and years and
Coutinho.
years. Look even Manchester United lost guys like Cristiano Ronaldo in their pump and they were winning things. So for you to sit here and to act like Alexander Isak wanting to leave Newcastle, the big teams have a conspiracy against us. This is how things go. For history, it's been like this. Eberechi Eze is going to potentially go from Crystal Palace to Arsenal. You're going to have Isak going from, and it could be better for you. It could be better for Newcastle. They could reinvest that 150 million, 120 million into multiple players and solve multiple key areas. Your midfield, you just had 2 injuries in your preseason. You need midfielders. Don't go and spend 80 million on Sesko. Go and get 2 Premier League proven players in like a Mateta and Ollie Watkins or somebody like that come into your team, and you can solve a lot of your problems quite easily. I heard Ollie Watkins is ready to leave Aston Villa tomorrow to go to Newcastle and play Champions League football. That is a ready-made replacement right there. You know something? Liverpool get Isak. It's the best move for him in his career. It's probably the best move for Newcastle at this moment in time. And Liverpool spending all that money, there's no guarantee that they get the return on investment right away that they want, and they're taking the risk. Newcastle, you're not taking as much risk. The player wants to leave. Let him go. These guys crying. At the end of the day, I was wrong as an Arsenal fan to sit here and want a player to stay that doesn't want to stay. And you guys should see the same. You guys should see it the same way. If the player doesn't want to stay, let him go and reinvest the goddamn money. And Liverpool, if they negotiate this correctly, you could probably get him for around 120 million instead of 150.
I hear what you're saying in terms of return on investment, because we know that like it's not like Liverpool are gonna sell. No, that is completely false, Giniesta. PSR is not there to protect our clubs. PSR is there to protect another Manchester City from happening.
No, I have a perfect way to explain it. It's there to protect the owners from themselves. Simple. Because there's owners that will do stuff that will put themselves in such a big hole, start paying players Champions League wages when they can't guarantee Champions League for their club on a consistent basis. Imagine Aston Villa now start paying all their players 150k a week each. And then next season they're not in the Champions League, and then they finish in like 17th. They can't bite the bullet like Manchester United and Tottenham just did. They're gonna potentially put themselves in financial ruin. And if you have multiple players who are saying they're not going to leave, you could find yourself in relegation. You could find yourself in financial situations where you can't pay and you automatically get relegated. Look at Lyon. This is a historical club in France, and they can't even afford to pay their players. It's to protect the owners from themselves. Simple. It's not about the club or hate or protecting clubs. Owners can single-handedly ruin a club by taking on too much that they can't afford. And it's not about...
And also Newcastle could end up being bankrupt because they don't make the revenue. Like Newcastle could go and spend like 200, 300 million in the hopes of competing, and then Newcastle don't end up competing, and then you have like a Parma type of situation, or you have like those type of, like you've seen those clubs in Italy and stuff, the historic clubs who got relegated and shit like this. You saw what happened with Portsmouth, you saw what happened with Leeds. So that's one side of it. My side of it is as well, it's not to protect our clubs. PSR is there to stop another Manchester City from happening. That's as simple as that. No, it's true. Egal, it's true whether you like it or not. Because the reason why I say that, I tell you what the reason why I say that. If Newcastle are allowed to do what Manchester City did 15 years ago, 100% Isak is not leaving. Newcastle would have went signed Fabian Ruiz, João Neves, like Rodrygo, blah, blah, blah. Like they would have built essentially, remember when City at the start signed Benjani, signed Robinho, signed blah, blah, signed all these players. So they decided to not have that type of effect. But PSR is not there to protect us. There's no red cartels, nothing. At the end of the day, the reason why Isak wants to move to Liverpool over staying at Newcastle is because Newcastle are moving like amateurs in the transfer window. And it's because Liverpool are massive. I know people don't want to hear this, but it's the reality. Liverpool are massive. Liverpool have managed to turn Isak's head because guess what? Isak wants to win the Champions League. Isak wants to win the league title. He saw Liverpool lifting the Premier League in a crazy rocking Anfield, and he's like, I want some of that as well. He's 25 years old. He ain't like 21 where he need development and shit. So he wants to go and win trophies, and it's just the reality of the situation.
Can we bring it back to Liverpool quickly? You never
Yes.
answered my question. Do you believe at this moment in time you have a balanced team with enough adequate backups to cover yourself to win the league?
Yes, only backup we need now is a centre back, which we're going to get in Madueke.
So with Isak, Ekitike, and Harvey Elliott leaving, Chiesa potentially leaving, Darwin Núñez potentially leaving, you're okay with your squad depth for your attack and your defense with one.
Yeah, no, but here's the thing. I don't think we're gonna sign Rodrygo. I think we're gonna go get like Malik Fofana for like 20 million as backup winger, and then we're gonna go get Gyokeres from Crystal Palace. 30-40 M's should do it.
Who's
Eventually
the
they'll
for Salah? Fofana.
Yeah.
Okay. I just don't know, man. What about, do you trust Gomez and Konate?
That's why I said we need Gyokeres. And Konate has been the fittest he's ever been with the slot, because it's a completely different style of football. So he's been the fittest ever been.
I just think, and the final thing is, do you believe in the theory that there's too much change happening at Liverpool right now?
No, because we kept the spine. If Salah left and Van Dijk left, I'd agree with you. We did change.
Even with the spine, you're going to be playing a lot more. You're going to be playing a lot. You're going to be playing so different that your build-up play is different without Trent. Your focal point in Mo Salah is no longer the main focal point. Maybe he's going to be more of a facilitator. Your midfield shape is going to be slightly altered, where you're going to have more of an attacking midfield and the double pivot based on Trent not being there.
Okay, can I tell you why the spine matters? I'll use a real-life example. Let's say tomorrow you fly to Jordan. You discover by yourself, you're walking, you're way more likely to end up in a place where you shouldn't be. You're way more likely to end up in a wrong place. You're way more likely to go to a restaurant that the food maybe isn't as good. Versus you come to Jordan and I'm showing you. Now you know all the good places to eat. You know all of this. So when Virgil van Dijk is there, when Alisson is there, when Salah is there, they are bedding these players in. They're helping them come through. Van Dijk has actually given an interview and he's spoken about this. He says, getting people settled into homes, telling them where all the schools are, telling them like about everything in terms of life. So all of that speeds up the process.
Okay, I think that's a bad analogy. I think the better analogy is you're opening a restaurant and you've just hired 3 new workers before the big opening, and you have 18 days before the restaurant opens, and you've still yet to hire 3 more staff. And on top of that, you're losing some of your key employees that have helped you last season to be the best restaurant you can be. I don't think it's a situation where it's one person.
But we haven't lost them.
I don't think it's a situation where it's one person guiding one person.
Who have we lost? But we haven't lost anyone.
I think you have to acknowledge that there's so many different moving parts, and you can't just be an analogy where it's one person guiding one more person. It's actually a whole team of people.
Look who finally showed up
well together. I think that's a better scenario, where your scenario is very much to believe that everyone's just going to be unanimously working together in a unit. I don't think that's a realistic case.
You're missing the point. I had a sous chef who is slow in cutting vegetables. I went and got a sous chef who's extremely fast in cutting vegetables, and he makes me doing my meals a lot better. That's Kirk's upgrading on Robertson. I needed a head chef who has a bit of creativity, who can help me with plating. I went and got Florian Wirtz. I needed a striker. I needed someone who is good on the meat station. So I went and got the best chef, or one of the 3 best chefs in the world at cooking steaks. So I went and I put Alexander Isak on the steak station. And guess what? Now I have a gourmet meal because my sous chef cuts the vegetables quicker, because my playmaking, you get me, my head chef is someone who is very good in terms of plating. And the person who I put on the steak station is amazing at cooking steaks. And they are all experienced in their field because they either have Champions League experience, Premier League experience, or both. Had we signed Ekitike alone, it's a different argument. But we signed here's the thing. I'll tell you what I mean. Isak, Kirkes, and these players, right? They've been to like City away. They've been Arsenal away. They've been Man United away. They know about these stadiums because they've been there. And some of them actually have gotten good results in those stadiums too. Like they've beaten those teams. Like Isak, we saw what Isak did away at the Emirates, as an example. We saw what Florian Wirtz had the most man of the matches in the whole Champions League this season. Gyokeres, how many shock results did Bournemouth have this year by beating big teams and delivering? So we saw him do that. Now, that's why for me, when we're talking about a lot of change, that's why the spine matters. Because when I've got 6 out of 11 who already have won the league, who already know the way, who already know and I've got all the bench players as well who have the experience, who have been there in the Premier League winning squad, now they can all show them the way. Last time when we were in a title race, we did this and this to stay on top. We have to concentrate in our games. Wirtz might call Van Dijk and go like, where is the best place for me to buy food for my family? And it's easy. It's seamless transition like this. It's not like they're just going to some random team in the Jordanian league that no one knows about. You get me? The spine is all there.
Okay. Do you not think that there is an advantage to a team like Arsenal that has not made as many changes to their starting 11, just the striker, the DM, and the left wing, compared to yourself, where you're going to have both your fullbacks, you're going to have a number 10 / left winger, whichever way you want to play Florian Wirtz, and then you're going to have a new striker and potentially one more player that's new in the team also, be it Florian Wirtz playing in the 10 and somebody else playing in the left wing, or Florian Wirtz not playing in the 10 and playing as the left wing and Szoboszlai playing in the 10. Then you only have four changes. Yeah, so you could potentially have 4 changes, or you could potentially have 5. I don't know which, but regardless, you're going to have to change how you play a lot more than Arsenal, based on how you played last year with Trent.
But Wirtz also works hard. Today, sorry? You said, did you watch today's game?
No, unfortunately, I did not.
Okay. Today, the people who were there on the watch along will tell you right now. They'll vouch I'm not lying. I know it's pre-season, but since we're talking about like gelling and stuff, Salah alone today created 4 big chances. Núñez missed one of them. Gakpo missed one of them. These same chances that are falling to the likes of Núñez, to the likes of Gakpo, will now be falling to the likes of Wirtz, of which he scored the chance that Salah created. Is going to be falling to the likes of Isak. It's going to be different because we have upgraded Egal. The only position where what you're saying applies is right back. Because guess what? Frimpong and Bradley, I'm not shameless. That's a downgrade on Trent. 100% downgrade. Gyokeres upgrade. Wirtz upgrade. Isak upgrade. If we get Rodrygo, upgrade. Guéhi in terms of depth, upgrade. Because Guéhi is a lot better, of course, than Kwanzaa, as an example.
No, but why do you think all of a sudden everything is just going to be a seamless transition into a completely different team?
Because of our leadership group and who our manager is. And actually, one thing, Van Dijk and Salah, if you notice, even in the press conferences and stuff like from 2-3 months ago, have been talking about what's it called? I've been talking about like they've been promised a big summer by the club. Like this is not the people inside the club probably knew about this for a while now, that we're gonna have a big summer.
They're very excited. I heard Konate might sign a new contract for you guys.
Because actually, the reason why I take the opposite approach is this, and I'll be honest with you. This is why I'm gonna give you a genuine opposite approach. Look, last time we won the league, we had a horrendous transfer window. And I mean horrendous transfer window. And that's the same thing with us. Like when we challenged for the quadruple, finished second, Champions League final, we lost. We won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. We went signed Darwin Núñez, Calvin Ramsey, Fabio Carvalho. Darwin Núñez, pound for pound, worst player in Liverpool history. Fabio Carvalho is now at Brentford. Calvin Ramsey, I don't even know where he is. So the players completely lacked motivation that year, and we fell off a cliff. We were working with each other at the time. Well, that's the year we finished 5th. And remember when us and Chelsea were mud brothers, when one of us was 10th and the other was 11th? We actually ended up finishing 5th towards the end because we got our shit together in the end. But the players just lacked motivation. So now the players, I think, are actually excited because they look forward to playing with Wirtz. They look forward to playing with Isak. They look forward to playing. Don't you think in Salah, honestly, if me and you put Salah on a lie detector test, don't you think if we ask him, if you had better teammates, would you have broken the assist record? They would have said yes. Be honest.
Yeah, probably true.
How many times did you see Diaz?
Also, if he has better teammates, Also,
Yeah.
if he has better teammates, he might not necessarily have to be that involved where
Oh
he
yeah,
knows.
I don't think Salah needs to. If we sign Isak, Salah don't need to score 29 goals, but Salah can get like 25 assists next season the way that he plays. If he
Getting
plays
20
similarly to how he
assists
did
in
this
itself is
season,
difficult. I get it though.
yeah, he might destroy the assist record in terms of that. So
I
of
think
course you have
Florian
to.
Wirtz might be your main creator though. That's what you guys are trying to work towards, right?
Mhm.
I think what the main thing is Liverpool are looking like you got Isak and all these guys to come in to be like the next guys up, and you're bringing them in while you still have your main guys
Fabrizio
down.
Bomba, Egal.
What does it say?
Alexander Isak keeps waiting for Liverpool. His only clear choice despite reports on Al Hilal and more clubs. Personal terms never going to be an issue as choice has been made weeks ago. Isak also aware of Liverpool prepared for record bid if Newcastle will open doors to sale.
You want me to put it on screen? I'm not surprised.
I read it. خلاص. There you go.
I'm not surprised. This is you guys' statement of intent to try to continue to get better and get the best players across the world. Respect, I gotta give you the utmost respect. But even then, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I only play you twice. I'm confident in my team. I'm confident in my team. And people
Mhm.
might think it's arrogance, people might think it's naive or delusion, but I'm confident that my team is equipped to go and blitz the league next season and do what we can to go and see a similar type of start to the season like we did in 2022, 2023 with a new striker. Everyone has been saying
I
our
want to
team.
ask you about your team in a bit now. Let's actually, you know what? That's perfect segue. Let me just read these supers and then we'll move on to talk about Arsenal. Big up to everyone locked in, guys. We have 1,500 people in the building. We're not even at 500 likes yet. You have watched us talk about Isak and you're all moving like a bunch of Hoylans in the chat. Close the live chat, hit the like button. We're gonna move on to talk about Arsenal
You know
now.
one thing? Can I say one thing before we start?
Of course you can.
There's no excuses for me. I don't know why people keep saying no excuses. Same way there shouldn't be any excuses from you, Husam. If you
We'll talk
sign all
about
these
it again
players,
now. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it now. This is the Arsenal section next.
yeah,
Don't
but
worry. I
it's
just wanna
fine.
read these supers so we can get through them. But guys, please let's get the likes up. Come on, we have 1,500 people in here talking about the best or the second best striker of the league, and you can't even hit the like button. Yalla, let's get the likes up right here, right now. So big up to Duarte Garcia says, I have a request for Egal. Can you come up with an excuse when Arsenal don't win the league next season? Please come up with something. What do you mean come up with something, Duarte?
There is no excuse. Either we win the league or else we come short and we're not good enough. Simple.
Or the Champions League, of course.
No, at this point, I want to see one of them. You're right. One of the Champions League or league, but same. Regardless, it's either we win or we're not good enough. Simple. There's no excuses.
Only thing that stops Arsenal winning is Arteta. Of course, you disagree with that, right?
Bullshit. Arteta is not the problem. Arteta has not had the personnel. The squad was not good enough. And now that we have the good enough squad, if we don't win, then we can revisit this discussion.
I'm sorry, I haven't been around in Europe. Big up. Hey, big up. I'm not a clown. I know you've been in Europe. I appreciate the super chat regardless. Baked. I love you. Big up, Baked. Big up to Joe who says, big up. I uploaded my biometrics to ChatGPT to clone myself. It hallucinated a new genome, and I don't remember if I'm the original or the clone. What the fuck?
You're hilarious. You're hilarious.
What the hell is that? I have no idea what that even means.
Newcastle are one call to Makara.
خلاص, I deleted it, forgot it. Newcastle to make one call to Marinakis Consulting. Imagine Newcastle had Marinakis as owner.
Marinakis, unpopular opinion, he's a good owner. People don't like him because he sued Gary Neville and Sky Sports and he told Gary
sued Liverpool.
And he told Gary Neville's do one, but fair play to him.
Yeah, I hear you.
He's a good
Newcastle
owner.
voted for PSR and now they cry about it. Everyone voted for PSR, by the way. Everyone voted for
Newcastle
PSR.
Newcastle just want like a Saudi Airway sponsorship that's higher than everybody else in the league, so they can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, and I don't think they should be able to do that yet. Egal, you are digging for copium. Let's be real.
I'm
with
not.
all the like Liverpool stuff won't work.
Ask me anything you want. I'm dead serious. When it comes to Arsenal, I'm confident. When it comes to Liverpool, I do acknowledge that they're going to be a serious threat, but I just have concerns and I think those concerns are not echoed by everybody. But we are the 30th of July. You've yet to sign Isak. You've yet to sign the backup defender. You've yet to sign another left winger, and reportedly Harvey Elliott, Darwin Núñez, all these guys are headed out the door. So if you're moving out all these players and you're bringing all these players so close to the beginning of the season, it can cause some disruption in your early season form.
Yeah, but like Chiesa leaving doesn't cause disruption because Chiesa doesn't play anyway. Elliott is a bench player.
At the same time, if anything happens to Mo Salah, you're finding yourself in a situation where Ben Doak is your backup. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have to sign Malik Fofana.
So you agree with me? Husam, I think if you didn't,
I don't agree with you because that's another
I think
change.
if you didn't win the league last year, I think people would have a lot more questions about Liverpool right now. But the fact that you won the league last year and you're strengthening and you still kind of have like an imbalanced squad at this moment in time, people are accepting it because they're going to get it right. Where Arsenal, we haven't won the league over the last 3 years. We've been close, but we have a much more balanced squad at this moment in time than we've had over the last couple of years. And I think we currently have a better squad than Liverpool.
We'll speak about that now in a second. In Slot's second season, he bought a whole starting lineup worth of players and sold about the same and won the Eredivisie. He did. Actually, do your research.
Yeah, but he didn't win shit before that.
Yeah, but he sold a lot of players and bought a lot of players, and he won the
As you
Eredivisie.
do when you're a new manager and you come into a team.
No, but he won the league with Feyenoord. He didn't win it with Ajax or PSV.
No, but I'm saying he came into the league and he won the league in his second season with the team that he rebuilt. Understandably so. He came into this Liverpool team, won the league with a team that was already there, and now you're ripping it down, restarting it. Doesn't guarantee you're going to be able to do the same thing. This is not the Eredivisie, bro. This is the Premier League. I get it. He's getting better players, but this is probably the biggest test for Arne Slot. Last season, he already had a relatively solid team, and he just had to sprinkle his magic on it. And fair play to it, he did, and he won the league. But I don't think it's the same thing. You can't compare him going into a Feyenoord and rebuilding them to coming into a Liverpool team that just won the league and rebuilding it right now. It's not the same.
Nick, I'm not gonna. I unstarted it by mistake. I don't want to scroll up. Now I'm gonna be on Al Jazeera Australia. Here we go. Nick, gonna clip me now. The YouTuber ignores my super chat. Nick said you'd think we need Gordon Ramsay to assist us. I can't lie to you. We are cooking in terms of like this transfer window. Big up to Box of Oranges. Says Ali, Robertson, Simicast, Van Dijk, Konate, Bradley, Gravenberg, Callister Jones, Salah, Gakpo, Gravenberg, Dominic Szoboszlai all returning next season. This is Cope. Yeah, we have left a lot of spine. We like a lot of the spine is still there, bro. That's the thing. So
what did I say though?
And even bench players like now Szoboszlai will probably be a bench player. Endo's on the bench. Curtis Jones is on
Endo's
the bench.
your backup for Gravenberch.
Endo, Curtis Jones, and Szoboszlai are our backups. Your backup is Norgard, who?
Your midfield solid. Your attack is going to be like Ferrari and then fall off right away.
What's your breakfast tier list? A rated, B and C.
Cornflakes.
For me, I eat every day eggs.
Oh, okay. Cornflakes, eggs, and bagels.
I'd go eggs, gives you the most strength for the whole day. B, I go oatmeal. And C, I go pancakes. Big up to Muhammad John, who says, big up, if you convince yourself that we're not good or can fail, it's okay. But don't try to convince us that we aren't good. We know who we are and what we got. To be honest,
I'm not saying you aren't good. I'm just saying these are conversations that people are not willing to have. I think majority of the time everything is so positive in Liverpool space. I think you need two center backs, not just one. I think that's fair to say. I think with all the attackers that are going to be leaving, you're going to need to bring in adequate attacking replacements, which you look like you're going to be doing. But the timing in which you're doing it is very close to the season, and it doesn't give you a lot of time to gel before the season starts. Games are coming thick and fast once the season starts also, and Liverpool are going to be basically trying to gel and get themselves used to each other. Where last year,
I think by September,
last year was the opposite. You guys already had your full team ready to go for the season. You already had a head start on everybody else because everybody was working together, training together, and knew each other from the year prior. Your manager was new, but the whole team wasn't. This is a whole new kettle of fish.
Yeah, of course. Egal waffling, you'd love to have Wirtz. He'd love to have Wirtz, but that's not his point. So Egal, according to you, Liverpool need time to gel up. City doesn't have a good defense, and Chelsea's a young team, no experience.
I
So your team
don't.
is winning
I
the
did.
squad this
Did I
season.
speak about Chelsea or City? I 100% agree with you. City's defense is shocking. Chelsea have a young, inexperienced squad, and yes, their team just won the what do you call it, Club World
Club
Cup.
World Cup.
But there's no guarantee that either team is going to perform well off the back of playing in the Club World Cup, where they barely had any rest.
I'd much rather win the Premier League than the Champions League, as crazy as it sounds. Premier League lets me know we're capable of winning everything, while the Champions League can paper over cracks. Not true
Is
if
that
you're
an
doing well
Arsenal
in the
fan or
league, and
Liverpool fan?
not true. He's an Arsenal fan. Not true because if you win
No
the
chance. You say you'd rather win the Premier League. Come on.
no chance with
We win
zero.
the Champions League. Nobody can chat to us.
Also, if you do well in the league and win the Champions League, it's a measuring stick as well. Arsenal 6 incomings as of now, gel problems, but he's referring to starters. He's not
Okay,
referring to
by the way, Zubimendi is coming into a team where he's previously played with Mika Moreno and Martin Odegaard. And in the case that Zubimendi is not performing well, we still have Declan Rice and all these other guys.
Wirtz has previously played with Frimpong. Frimpong has previously played with Van Dijk and Gakpo on the Dutch national team.
Fair. Okay. That's Frimpong though. I'm not talking about Florian Wirtz.
Ekitike has played with Konate in the French national team.
That's not even comparable.
What? It's the
That's
truth.
not even comparable. These guys play 50 plus games with each other. You're talking about national teams.
1-0 Husam. He knows I got
You're
it.
shameless.
You're shameless, not me.
As for the striker, I'm not sitting here saying Isak's not gonna acclimatize. I'm not sitting here saying that. I'm just saying you're gonna have to change the whole way you play. Where Arsenal, we friggin' played with Kai Havertz, Jesus, and even Mika Moreno up top. We've changed how we've played every single year up top, and we've still been one of the better teams in the league. I'm not necessarily concerned. I have 1 year sample size of Liverpool with a relatively unchanged team. To say you're going to bring in a lot of different elements and change a lot is not a surprise. To say, oh wait, let's wait and see how they perform. You could
I think we'll have it gelled by September. Egal,
and by then, guess what? You play Arsenal game week 3, you might already be behind.
Yeah, but using your logic, I don't need to beat Arsenal.
I'm happy I'm playing you first at your ground, because we play each other game week 3. It's an advantage to play you earlier because you are not gelled. Where playing you in January when we play at our ground, if the roles were reversed and we're playing you at Anfield in January, it would be much more scarier than it is playing you in third game of the week.
It's going to be so funny when Liverpool beat Bournemouth like 5-0 first game week. Big up to Al Michaels, who says, Egal, Arsenal are better. Liverpool with Isak are better than Arsenal in every position on the field.
That is not even remotely true.
I don't want to discuss it. Tripping it up, our main stars are still around, bro, and by the same logic, Arsenal are doing the same. So what's your point? He's saying basically that Arsenal have changed 3 starters, but Liverpool have changed 5 starters. That's what his basic point is.
That is almost half the team. Like, what are we doing?
Egal is league honor when analyzing Liverpool. Lol, this is true. He always looks at Liverpool glass half empty. Always.
League honor is saying our window's 4 out of 10. Like, you can't take him serious right now.
Big up to French Alain, who says, Egal is shameless, adding 3 years to Isak. Age is nasty work. Sometimes you're disingenuous, but you're a great content creator. Big up, Husam, you're the best. Frenchy Habibi, the name is in front of your face. Wallah, here. Husam. Husam. Don Husam. Like and subscribe. Yeah, big up Hussein.
Typo. How old is Isak?
Isak is 25, Habibi. He ain't 28.
All right, my bad. I said 27. I didn't say 28, did I?
Yeah, regardless, doesn't matter. So the age was wrong. But anyway, let's talk about Arsenal. I think it's very interesting to talk about Arsenal. Let's talk about Arteta. Let's talk about Gyokeres.
All right. You know me, Husam, from my days all the way back in my channel where I used to do graphics with Egal. I bring you a graphic. Let's look at it.
Yes. Before we just load up Egal's graphic, guys, 1,500 people in here. Let's get the likes up and go subscribe to Egal Talks Football. It's in the description. Go give Egal a subscribe as well and subscribe to the channel right here, right now. So, right here, the graphic.
Boom. If we sign Eze, which it looks like we will have one of the more complete teams in the league and balance where you have cover in every position, in my opinion. Even though you might not rate some of the players that we have as cover, I think it's adequate enough cover for us to compete for the season and to compete across all competitions. When I look at my defense, I look at my midfield, and I look at my attack, I feel like I have enough adequate cover in every position. I've improved, adding one of the more prolific strikers across across Europe last season. Gyokeres, Eze, who everyone knows is Crystal Palace's major difference maker. Zubamendi, who even Liverpool wanted and is highly touted DM, plus the backups that we've gotten to fill out the squad. And I know everyone's going to say, look, you signed Madueke. If Madueke is the difference between Saka having to play every single minute of every other game and being somebody who can come in and make a difference on either wing and give us some rest and some difference makers, I'm happy with that for now. I'll take it for now as he's not going to stop us from getting what we need done this window. So now I'm not necessarily as concerned about him anymore. I'm kind of happy with the window as it is, and I wanted Rodrygo and all these other guys to be signed, but it doesn't look like Rodrygo is going to be coming in. But overall, this team, to me, is better than Man City's defensively, better than Chelsea because we have more experience and we're overall a more complete team and we have a better goalkeeper. And as for Liverpool, yes, we don't have Mo Salah, we don't have Van Dijk, we don't have Alisson, we don't have Florian Wirtz and Isak. But what we have is we're gonna have a ready team to hit the ground running from game week 1, which Liverpool yet to have. So take it away. What do you think?
Let me do what Egal did to me to his team. Let's see the problems with this team. First of all, Kepa is a shit keeper in my opinion. I think if he has to come in, that's a really bad backup.
Did I mention a Liverpool backup?
You lost. No, but that's what I'm mentioning. You lost Thomas Partey, who was your best midfielder last year. Zubimendi is not a good replacement for
good riddance.
He's not level replacement.
He's levels ahead of him.
He's not. Now you look at Lewis Skelly. I'm not sure he's going to be the starter. I think this might be different. I think Timber might start left back and Ben White right back, or vice versa. And I still think you need better forward-thinking fullbacks. I look at Martin Odegaard. He's had his worst season in an Arsenal shirt last year, and he's going through the same he might go through the same troubles this season. Eze is not really a left winger. This is me doing what Egal does, by the way. Eze is not really a left winger because he played left 10 at Crystal Palace. So as a touchline winger, you might not be getting the best out of Eze. Saka,
wingers. He's an inside.
Madueke as backup, I think, is a horrendous decision because the guy has 3 goals in 31 games. That's why he went viral with why. We all remember the clip, Egal, because you weren't excited about this Madueke signing. So let's act like you're excited.
I'm not going to take it out on him. Okay, first things first. We are talking about backups. When I sat
I think
here,
because you mentioned squad. Did you not say Arsenal have a better squad than Liverpool? You said it.
Okay, so are we doing Marmashashvili versus Kepa, or are we looking at the whole team? Because if we want to do that, are we really going to go through each?
We can go band for band.
Can you tell me who your backup defenders are right now?
You want to go band for band? Let's go band for band.
Can you tell me who your backup forwards are at this moment?
Okay, you want to play this game? We can play it right here. Let's go.
Because at the end of the day, I think it's about the whole unit. And I'm looking at
let's play this game. Wait. Let's play this game. Raya or Alisson?
Raya or Alisson? Obviously, it's Alisson.
Mamardashvili or Kepa?
I haven't seen Mamardashvili play in the Premier League.
Of course, it's Mamardashvili.
No, but I haven't seen him kick a ball in the Premier League. I've only seen him in the World Cup. I've never watched him for his club.
Okay, in the Euros, you mean, where he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, Timber or Frimpong?
Timber, and he would even say it himself.
Okay, no problem. Bradley or Ben White?
Ben White every single day.
Okay. Konate or Saliba?
Saliba is a better player.
Joe Gomez or Mosquera, who we have never watched in the Premier League?
If you are telling me Christian Mosquera versus Joe Gomez, and I can't give you an honest opinion on it because I've not watched enough about Christian Mosquera, but what I can tell you is I don't think Joe Gomez is better than him.
But that's not the point. You said Mamardashvili you never saw in the league, so keep the same energy.
I'll give it an even.
Actually, Mosquera and Mamardashvili were teammates at Valencia. So it's the same logic.
I'll say even.
You have to keep your logic consistent.
Okay.
You have never seen Mamardashvili in the league. You've also never seen Mosquera in the league.
Say Joe Gomez then, because you don't have a backup for the left side anyway.
No, you're about to get surprised. Gabriel or Van Dijk?
Of course, Van Dijk.
Kivior or Mark Gahey?
Mark Gahey.
Okay. MLS or Karkaz?
Mars Lewis Skelly.
Egal, Lewis Kelly played like
Mars
half a
Lewis
season.
Skelly. Mars Lewis Skelly was out here getting man of the match versus Champions League teams.
I know.
What was
I rate
Kirkers
Lewis
doing?
Kelly
Just playing in the Premier
highly.
League. But yeah, play for Bournemouth in the Premier League.
But he's not above Kirkers. Stop this.
Miles Lewis Skelly at 18 is going to Real Madrid away, Real Madrid at home, dunking on their head tops. It's a completely different conversation. I'm sorry, bro.
Egal, I rate Lewis Kelly, but he's not better than
Has
Kirkers.
he ever in his life played in the Premier League, in the Champions League? No, he hasn't. Conversation over. We can't even have a discussion between.
Kepa went to the La Liga, and Kepa went to La Liga to be backup to Courtois. Courtois got injured, and Lunin out backup.
I said Mamarstavili.
No, you did not say that. You said you never.
I said I never seen him play. I can't give you a fair
You're
shout.
talking to someone who put up a video and worked with you defending Lewis Kelly. I rate Lewis Kelly.
You cannot sit here
and
tell me. You cannot sit here and tell me what has he done.
Let me talk, Egal. Let me talk. Wait. What we're not gonna do is sit up here after Lewis Kelly had 2 or 3 months playing left back and put him over a left back, who was consistent from September till August, till May.
Did they both make PFA Young Player of the Year candidates?
Yes. And actually, Kirk has made Team of the Season too. So it's not a random guy.
He made PFA Team of the Season.
Yeah, bro. He was in the Team of the Year, bro.
Oh, that was generous. That was generous.
Bro, Miles Lewis Kelly played 23 Premier League games and Kirk has played 38 Premier League games. What are we doing here?
Miles Lewis Kelly is 18 years old and broke through this season. Kirkes was the starter from week 1.
I'm not saying he's not amazing, but he's not better than Kirkes based on the season. You cannot say this.
Husam, when two players are close, we look at the level of difficulty they played in, and one has played in a much more difficult situation. He came into a team where you have Timber, where you have Calafiori, where you have Zinchenko, where you have all these guys, and jumped all of them as an 18-year-old.
Yeah, and he played
do you realize he had a whole army of left backs ahead of him?
And they were all injured.
No. He overtook all of them and kept the job, and then went on to have the season that he had. Husam, you don't have a leg to stand on.
No, I do have a leg to stand on.
When it comes to the two of them, yes, he might have played longer throughout the season in the Premier League. One guy was playing in the Champions League and in the league, and one was also playing for England. It's different levels, bro.
Lewis Kelly played 23 Premier League games. It's his breakout year. He started playing January onwards because of injuries. Kirkes has been consistent from the start of the season till the end of the year. And if that's your logic, why did you choose Ben White over Connor Bradley then? Keep the squad up. We haven't finished.
Why did I choose what?
Why did you choose Ben White over Bradley? Load the squad up again.
The reason why I chose, because one is more experienced and he's just a better overall player.
Oh, who's more experienced, Kirkes or Lewis Kelly?
Of course, you got Kirkes more experienced, but in the same time,
load up the team.
But at the same time, we can acknowledge who's the better player.
Okay,
Ben
but
White
that's
is
the
better player too. Ben White is the better player than Connor Bradley.
I think.
I'll give it.
No, I disagree with that. Can you load up the thing again? Because you're running.
You're just being Liverpool biased.
No, I'm not being Liverpool biased because I think Calafiori is better than Robertson.
Of course you do. You hate Robertson.
No, it's not about hate. I think Calafiori is better than Tsimikas too. You know, I rate Tsimikas. Load it up. Don't try to hide, Habibi. This guy trying to get it off the screen.
Hiding what? I'm not hiding.
All of a sudden, you fraud. Don't try to play this game. Just load up that shit right now. Load up that shit. We are coming for it right now. Here you go. So left back, you get one, I get one. That's how I look at it.
Okay. How? Miles Lewis Kelly is better than Kirkes. Calafiori is better than Robertson.
Yeah, Calafiori is better than Robertson. Kirkes ain't better. Is not. MLS is not better than
Bro,
Kirkes.
I don't know where you got this Kirkes thing where you're saying he's so superior to Miles Lewis Kelly. He's not. He's not. And if we're gonna have to stop on here, we might disagree on everything after this.
No, I don't think we'll disagree on everything.
Because then you're gonna say, are you gonna sit here and say Endo is better than Norgard?
Zubimendi or McAllister?
Are you gonna sit here and say Endo is better than Norgard?
Yeah, I do think Endo is better than Norgard.
Based on what?
Bro, Wataru Endo came for Liverpool every single time at the end of the game or when the game was at. And by the way, you're talking about proving it. Endo literally done it at Liverpool. And
Norgard played
Endo
35
had the most
games.
tackles per game in the whole league. In the whole
But
league.
keep the same energy. Norgard played 35 games last season and was the captain of Brentford and got them one of their best finishes in their league in a long time.
Okay,
So
let's
if
first
you
of all step by
if
step.
you are going to sit here adamantly vouching for a guy who's playing at Bournemouth and had a good season, and now you're going to put down Norgard, who's the captain of Brentford.
Okay, no problem. Let's play your game. McAllister or Zubimendi?
What?
McAllister or Zubimendi?
You can say McAllister. He's been one of the best last season, but it's
Okay,
not McAllister.
you want to have
and
Norgard
Zubimendi.
over Endo?
One second. It's not McAllister and Zubimendi. It's Gravenberch and Zubimendi. That's what it is.
No, I think it's Gravenberch and Rice because they're similar. So and I choose Rice.
Rice is an 8. Gravenberch.
Yeah, but I choose Rice ahead of Gravenberch.
No, but you can't pick and choose. It's DM for DM, left 8 for left 8. You're trying to do a thing where, oh, let me see what the best odds for me to get my player in is. Keep it consistent. McAllister.
No, because I'm putting one and I'm benching one.
McAllister's the 8. McAllister's the 8.
Okay, no problem. You want to do that? Okay, no problem. No problem. Gravenberch or Zubimendi?
What?
Gravenberch
I said
or Zubimendi?
Gravenberch.
Okay. Norgard or Endo? You say Norgard. I say Endo. Let's not argue. McAllister or Rice?
Rice.
Okay. For me, it's McAllister, but I don't really want to argue. Khalas. You want to have a thing? You can have him. Moreno or Curtis Jones? If you say as a midfielder Moreno, you know you're being disingenuous. Don't lie.
Curtis Jones had a better season as a midfielder, yeah.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Odegaard or Wirtz?
Florian Wirtz, of course.
Okay. Soboslai or Ethan Nwaneri?
In this moment in time, I have to say Soboslai.
Okay. Saka or Salah?
Salah.
And then who's the striker? Isak or Gyokeres?
We'll see.
Egal, don't do this, Egal.
Gyokeres had more goals.
Egal, you just said
Gyokeres.
you don't know.
Gyokeres for club and country.
Doing it in the league.
Gyokeres.
You said doing it about in the league in the other position.
Gyokeres for club and country had more goals. Simple.
That's not the. But you're being so disingenuous and so
Gyokeres for club and country had more goals, and at this
Egal.
moment in time.
Egal.
We have to agree to disagree.
No. We're not doing this. I'm using your
Isak.
I'm gonna
Alexander
press you.
Isak just has the Premier League.
Wait. Keep this. Do not go. Don't
Alexander
go anywhere.
Isak has the Premier League tax. If you want to give him the Premier League tax, sure.
No. You said he hasn't done it in the Premier League.
Okay,
now
so if we want to keep the same energy, fair. He hasn't done it in the Premier League. But guess what? They both play in the same country. So now we can look at where they actually play together.
Okay, Rodrygo or Eze?
And who performs better for their country? It is
Rodrygo or Eze? Egal.
Rodrygo. Or you never signed Rodrygo.
Okay, no problem. Gakpo or Eze?
Eze.
I'll also say Eze, no problem. Who's your backup left winger?
Martinelli.
Okay, whoever we sign backup is better than Martinelli or.
Are you sure? If you sign Fofana, there's no guarantee he's better. He's still young.
Okay,
if you're sitting here saying Rio Gamora is better than Martinelli, also that's a bad thing.
To be honest, for me personally, I've been raving about Rio Gamora for a while now. Like I want him to play.
I know, but he's 16. Come on.
Ekitike or Havertz? Ekitike, of course, as a striker.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, Madueke or
wait, but if we want to keep the same energy, based on Premier League proven, he hasn't proven it yet. Just saying. Yeah,
but that's your logic, not mine.
No,
I'm holding you.
If we want to,
I'm holding you to your logic, not me to your logic.
I'm just saying. If we want to keep the same energy, it should be Havertz then.
I'm going by who was better this season over a period of when I first started this.
Havertz actually outscored. Havertz, did he not outscore Ekitike last season?
When we first started no, he did not. No, he did not.
He
did not. Yeah, I'm sure. 100%. I'm certain of it. Havertz scored like 7 goals, bro?
Not necessarily. I'm talking all comps. He scored last season.
Bro, Havertz scored 9.
Havertz scored 15 goals last season. How many did Ekitike score?
Ekitike scored 15 just in Bundesliga.
How many all comps?
I think all comps it was 21 or 22 with the cup and with the Europa League.
Yeah, Europa League tax is heavy.
Here
but
we
it's
go.
cool.
Europa League. He scored against Spurs. And if you want to go Europa League tax, why don't we do
Bro,
Carabao Cup
bro,
tax?
every
Do Carabao
Spurs,
Cup tax for Havertz. Who did
fair
Havertz score
play.
against in the Carabao
Fair
Cup?
play. He had one 22-goal season. Fair play.
Okay. Madueke versus I don't even know at this moment in
You
time.
don't even have a backup right winger. Just allow it.
Yeah.
Ben Doak.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do Ben Doak versus Madueke? I
Ben
think
Doak versus
Madueke.
Madueke.
You
I'd
think
rather
Ben
have
Doak's
Ben
better?
Doak, to be honest with you.
You think Ben Doak's better than Madueke?
Listen, Egal, I'll be honest with you. I don't rate Madueke at all. The reason why
Wallahi,
Norgard,
if you sit here right now
bro.
and tell me Ben Doak is better than Madueke, Husam, you're losing credibility. I'm sorry.
Okay, let me tell you something. The reason why I did not argue with Norgard and Endo, I did the video when Arsenal signed Norgard and I said it's good depth. There is no need for Arsenal fans to lose their shit. He's just 9 million. There's no need to argue. But if there is a player that I do not rate, I do not rate Madueke. I do not rate Kepa. I'm entitled to that opinion. I think Madueke.
Even if you don't rate Madueke as a let's go back to normal screen, please. Madueke compared to Ben Doak, you're taking the piss now.
I'm not taking the piss.
Okay, how about this?
Wallahi, right now, if you tell me backup for Salah, Ben Doak or Madueke, Wallah, I choose Ben Doak. Wallah.
Oh,
Wallahi, I choose Ben. I said Wallah, Egal. I won't say Wallah, laugh. You smiling is making me laugh.
Nah, you're taking the piss. Should I start saying Max Dowman versus Ben Doak? Because I'll take Max Dowman.
Okay, no problem. You could say Max Dowman versus Ben Doak, and
I'm
taking Martinelli.
He can't even play until January, bro. He's not 16
Bro,
yet.
I don't like Madueke at all. I don't rate the guy. I think he's
Madueke, you cannot sit here.
You cannot even do this. Wallahi, you can't
my
even do
God. Bro,
there's no reason why you're laughing.
The guy was literally one of Chelsea's starters last season, and you're telling me Ben Doak is better than him. That's mad.
Okay, but the reason why I'm saying that is because he scored 3 goals in 31 games.
Last season, Madueke had way more than 3 goals.
He had 7 goals. 4 of them were in one game.
I swear he had double digits.
No, he had 7 goals in the Premier League. 4 of them were in one game, and the other 3 came in the other 31 games.
All comps, how many goals did Madueke have?
Bro, why is it all comps when he's playing against Noah?
Because that's how I view goals.
You just said you don't rate the conference.
He had 11 goals last season. What are we doing?
Bro, he scored in the Conference League, bro, and in fucking Carabao Cup against Stockport. We're not doing this, bro. Allow it.
He didn't score a Carabao Cup goal. He just scored 4 goals against Conference.
Yeah, there you go. For Conference League. Come on, Egal. Come on.
Yeah, but okay, so he still had 7 goals in the Premier League. That's more than Ben Doak. Like,
yeah, but Ben Doak played championship football. That's why.
Bro, you're taking
Ben Doak played championship football.
When I understand if you would have came here.
Bro, I'm not even bantering. I don't just don't rate Madueke.
Let me ask you this: if Chiesa stayed, would you say Chiesa over Madueke?
Yes, well, I would.
Oh my God,
bro, I don't rate Madueke at all. Why are you getting mad over
me? If you had Madueke today, you would say you have proper backup for
wrong, because the chat will tell you I criticize a lot of the signings.
Bro, you know something?
I'm not pro anyone Liverpool wants.
You know something? The main reason why the Madueke deal is 52 million is because Chelsea backloaded it and they allowed us to not have to spend anything almost this window from the Madueke deal. The 52 million is pretty much spread over the next 4 years. Hello? Is he still there?
You're being a fraud because we're not going to sit here and do Madueke prop.
Okay? No, I'm just saying the way the transfer is broken down, it makes a lot more sense than that just, the transfer fee 52 million, Arsenal paid 52 million. No, it's not necessarily like that. And unfortunately, people don't want to talk about transfer fees and how it's broken down. But when Chelsea do amortization, everything gasses it up. But Chelsea, what they did and how they came to Arsenal with the deal made a lot of sense for us. And because it allowed us to get a player for a lot cheaper upfront fee and spread it out throughout a longer period. And then they get a bigger fee, and it allows everyone to win because they get more money and we pay less money throughout each year.
No one is talking about finances, Mr.
Well, we are, because when we speak about unfortunately, when we speak about transfers, there is finances broken down, and you yourself will tell me that Ekitike did not cost 79 million euros, but he cost 60. What was it? What were you saying? He cost.
Why do you mention price tags in euros?
No,
Since
because
when do we do it?
that's how they told us.
No,
With their price.
Ekitike cost us 70 million pounds.
Okay, plus add-ons, it would be 80 million. But we don't want to talk about add-ons when it's Liverpool.
No, but the reason why we can talk about add-ons is if the add-ons all activate is if Liverpool win the league, Liverpool win the Champions League. So it's all good add-ons.
Hey, I was just explaining to you why the logic behind why they were saying Madueke 52 million and how they
Are Arsenal going to win the league, Egal? Forget Madueke. Are Arsenal going to win the
gonna win the
league?
league? Yeah,
Why will Arsenal win the league? Tell me.
I believe Arsenal is the best equipped than they've been over the last 3 seasons, and I believe we will win the league. I think we can win the league, and I think the way that we do it is that we see a major spike in our goals in those close games with a guy like Gyokeres and Eze being in the team. We see a lot more difference makers coming off the bench, with now some of our starters from the last previous seasons being on the bench, in addition to our squad depth from our defense to our midfield being a lot better. Saka potentially getting more rest and not having to have as much wear and tear with Madueke or whoever else coming on from the right-hand side. And we also have some young, exciting players. And it's kind of like you have a good mixture of old and young in the same team, and they can push each other to get better. And over the last couple of seasons, we have been so close. I really do believe this is the year more than anything else because of how well we've done in the transfer window. And I have to give Andrea Berta and the club all the credit because they've really gone and addressed majority of our key areas. We needed more defensive depth. We needed better midfield depth with Partey and Jorginho leaving. They did really good there. We actually were linked to Paulinho instead of Norgard. But what happened was they wanted 26 million for Paulinho, and we told them Bunny, and we went for Norgard. And then that attack has finally been addressed. After years and years and years, it's finally been addressed. And you know something, Husam? It looks like we didn't end up getting the Benjamin Tesco guy you were talking about. We ended up getting Gyokeres. So even you have to admit we've improved dramatically in the final third.
Yeah, I agree that Arsenal have improved, but the reason why I back my club is we have won the league and then improved dramatically. Like we have done a transfer window that I have never seen in my life us do. Like with Liverpool Football Club have went on a madness this season. It's not that Arsenal haven't improved. Yes, Arsenal improved, but Liverpool improved like crazy.
Aren't you worried about second season? How often?
No, because the only way I would be worried about that if we didn't make signings. If we didn't make signings, 100% we would have fell off next year. 100%.
Aren't you worried that Arsenal already have their signings coming in, gelling, where you still are working on stuff?
No, I'm not worried about that. Because I think the first game week against Bournemouth, I can beat them with a Ekitike. I don't need Isak to pull up to beat Bournemouth.
Okay. As for the overall situation at Arsenal, can't you see why we're second favorites? Can't you see why we can potentially go on to win it?
No, I actually think Arsenal will have a better season in the Champions League than the league.
So you're backing us to win the Champions League?
Not to win, but I think you will be one of the main four in the semis and onwards.
Why do you think? We only play each other twice. Don't you think Arsenal can go toe to toe and continue to push you, or at least
in the league? No, I think Arsenal are a better Champions League sides as they're currently constructed.
What if we come to your ground game week 3 and we sucker punch you and win?
Yeah, what does that have to do with anything?
At that point, will you finally open your eyes?
No, the reason why I won't say that is because Arsenal's problem is not the big teams. Arsenal's problem is the small teams.
Arsenal's problem has been scoring goals in those tight games.
Arsenal's problem has been Bournemouth.
We have Gyokeres, we should be able to get over the line.
We'll see. I can't wait.
Eze is crucial. If we don't get Eze, don't think for 1 second my expectations and confidence will be diminished slightly. Eze is a crucial piece to the next piece to the puzzle, because I feel like we do need an extra difference maker in that final third. And with Trossard potentially leaving, Havertz, Jesus potentially leaving, that would be crucial. But Husam, are you writing off Arsenal saying we have no chance of winning the league? Because I do think if you were to slip up,
there is no such thing as no chance. But I think if we sign Isak and Guehi, then we have unbelievable chance.
I think you have a 35% chance. We have a 30% chance, and the rest is between City, Liverpool, City, Chelsea.
If we sign Isak and Mark Guehi, I would put Liverpool's chances at 60 to 65% of winning the league.
That's ridiculous. You don't have more than a 50% chance against the whole field.
Yeah.
Against the field.
Yeah, but the thing is with Manchester City, I
You're saying
respect
the field has 40% chance of winning the league and Liverpool have 60. That's nuts.
that's not nuts at all.
Nah, bro. Even the Warriors didn't have a 60% chance in the NBA when they're that good. I'm talking 35 is very high.
Speaking of the
45.
Warriors, you're about to watch the Warriors with KD.
Get out of here.
Enjoy it, mate.
Get
Hey,
out.
I know you watch. Do you listen to Jeff Teague podcasts? Do you listen to
Get
Jeff
out of here.
Teague?
Yeah. Jeff Teague's funny.
You know Jeff Teague, one of the best storytellers. He was like, we used to pull up to the Warriors and be like, we ain't about to win this. Like it's just like already you feel
But
like
you know
we lost
something?
before we can start.
I do think you guys and majority of people across football are underestimating the difference Arsenal can make with just getting in somebody like Zubamendi who can break lines, somebody like Gyokeres who can finish dinner.
You're underestimating the difference of Salah. All the through balls he played to Nunes
No,
now
because
being played
bro,
to Isak.
the
Underestimating Szoboszlai in the final third now becomes Florian Wirtz in the final third.
No,
You're
because I am
underestimating.
looking.
Remember when me and you had all the Robertson conversations and I told you, Egal, count how many of his crosses hit first man. Now all of those crosses are on Kirk's feet.
Worst
Now what?
case scenario for Liverpool is they don't figure it out early in the season and they're playing catch up. Worst case scenario for Arsenal is what? That all the signings we've made have not done anything and we have the same problems. That's not possible with Gyokeres.
Yeah, but when you keep talking about gelling, Isak factually will take less time to gel than Gyokeres.
Gyokeres is already going to be fine because we don't necessarily we play to people's strengths.
Gyokeres come from a different league, Egal.
What you need to understand is we play to the strengths of the players that we have. We don't sit here and say, "Oh, we have one system."
We are going to play to the strengths of Isak, but that's not the point. The point is the reason why
You're going to have to change your whole system. We don't necessarily have to change our whole system.
Do you agree that one of the reasons why Norgard is a good signing is because he's Premier League experienced?
Yeah.
I agree. Isak is from the same league. Kirkaz is from the same league. Do you get it?
But how's
Gyokeres is from a different league.
But how's Florian Wirtz going to play? Is he going to play left? Is he going to play 10? How are you going to play with a double? How are you going to build up play next season without Trent?
How are we going to build up with Gravenberg, McAllister, and Florian Wirtz coming
last
deep?
Season, Trent was a big part of your build-up play. It's going to be interesting to see how that transitions. Obviously, Salah's going to play a lot different with Frimpong overlapping rather than having somebody like Trent who stays back. There is going to be a big change in how you play. And also, adding all these pieces doesn't necessarily mean you're all of a sudden now going to score 50 more goals. There is going to be addition by subtraction. Somebody's going to take a little bit of a back seat.
Yeah,
another person
addition by subtraction
more.
is losing Nunes.
Yeah, so
Darwin Nunes leaving Liverpool is addition.
Yeah, so you lose Nunes, you lose what do you call it? You take away Nunes, you take away Diaz, you take away Harvey Elliott, you take away Chiesa, and you add in 3 players. So you're losing 5, and you're bringing back 3. Mm-hmm. You're losing your strength and depth also. Unfortunately, also I forgot Jota. Unfortunate passing. Also, you lost him. Unfortunately, also that was. You know something. I've spoken to some Liverpool fans, Husam, and it's distasteful for people to bring it up, but that can affect the team negatively.
Yeah, and it can affect the team in the complete 180.
And I don't think people speak about that can galvanize the team, and they can also negatively impact them too.
Yeah,
their heart might not be in it.
Yeah, time will tell. Time will tell. Anyway, let me just grab these supers before we wrap up the stream. Big up to all of you guys locked in. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Go subscribe to Egal Talks Football as well. Slap the like button now, you frauds. Now. Gel is key here. So far in preseason, Liverpool don't look fully ready for the season. Need to sort the defense out ASAP. Yeah, but the reason why you guys are saying this is because in the game against AC Milan, one half, the centre-back partnership was Van Dijk and Robertson. The other half was Konate and Tsimikas. Tsimikas and Robertson aren't centre-back.
People have some respect. I never said anything to disrespect anybody. Have some respect. Because they're trying to make it seem like I'm bringing up Jota to point score. I clearly said...
No, he didn't. He didn't do that.
It's distasteful to bring up, and I'm not doing that. But it can negatively impact the team mentally. That's all I said. I'm not saying anything bad. RIP, and you guys know I'm not that kind of person. Don't be like...
100%. Let's not do that. Egal, I respect that you're confident in your team, but we don't want to hear you again blame the refs in games that Liverpool win and games Arsenal lose, draw. Are we going to have any referee excuses this year, Egal?
No, listen, I told you there's no excuses. Arsenal are going to be going up against one of the best Liverpools. If you guys win, fair play. If we win, well, my confidence in my team has been backed by their performances.
Okay, fair enough. Big up to Mustafa says the new players need time to adapt to the Premier League intensity, but I hope our coach picks only ready players, even if Wirtz ended on the bench. Yeah, but the thing is, that's what preseason is for. Wirtz has played every single preseason game. Ekitike just played already today. Remember, we played Bilbao twice as well. And remember, we have Community Shield. So add that in there as well. So before even anything starts, we literally have a Community Shield game at Wembley. So I'm sure we're going to have enough minutes for everyone to get around. And with the Isak thing, look, we don't need Isak to beat Bournemouth. Isak can get 30 minutes at the end of the game against Bournemouth. But I don't know if even Egal knows this. Liverpool's second game is Newcastle away. Have you seen it?
You're going to have an easy performance against them.
Bro, the booze for Isak will be, I will hear it in Jordan.
Will he even be in your team by then? Maybe Isak makes his debut versus Arsenal.
That's bad news for you.
The earlier I play you, the better.
Yeah, we'll see. Vinny Jr. 100% wants out. Next summer is his last year, is what Pirolo is saying. Listen, I know you want to prop Brazilian players, but you're speaking to the wrong guy. Neither my club nor Egal's club can afford Vinicius. I think Madrid are going to ask for 200
Real Madrid
million.
are moving stupid. They think anybody's going to come and pay 90 million for Rodrygo and give him 300k a week. They're crazy. And then Vinny, the only place he's going to go to is Saudi.
They want 200 million for Vinny, by the way, even worse.
Saudi can pay that.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. You need to find a Saudi YouTuber. What is MLS and Kirka's average performance score? Yeah, but we don't go based off average performance scores. I use the same consistent logic for everyone.
It depends what app you use. Each application uses different performance scores.
Yeah, so for me, over the course of the season, I think Kirka's had a more consistent, more like he played more this season. Because MLS in the first half of the season didn't even play.
Do you honestly think you're going to get Rodrygo?
To be honest, I'm 50-50 on it. Because you want to know something? I feel like after all this... Egal, watch this, yeah? I think you actually might agree with my take. I think after all what me and you have done about Rodrygo all this time, he might just wake up tomorrow and go like, I want to stay at Madrid. Genuinely.
He has that mentality where he just...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't even know if
he seems content. He seems content.
Like you see with Isak, like transfer request, I want to move, I'm not going to the tour.
Same thing.
Yeah, like Rodrygo ain't doing any of this.
I think Rodrygo's just content with being at Real Madrid for the rest of his life, even if he's off the bench. Yeah. He could rot on the bench and he won't care.
Yeah, and he won't care. That's what I'm saying. Big up to Sultan Khalid. Big up to you, Sultan Habibi. He says, if Arsenal are done in the market and not get Eze, what's your prediction? Up the Chelsea.
We're gonna get Eze. Eze has been promised that he's gonna that we're gonna be getting him. It's literally right now it's 10 million between Arsenal and Crystal Palace is the difference in negotiations.
But his question, Egal, to be fair, is what if you don't get him? Then what do you think?
No, but why are we speaking about what ifs that are not guaranteed? What if my uncle was my aunt? Like, what are we doing? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Defending Madueke after his crash out says it all. I'll be honest with you. The reason why I was laughing is because Egal was trying to defend Madueke. Him and then he was smiling. If you go back to that segment,
I was just simply bringing up the fact that the transfer fee spread out over a more favorable term to the club makes more sense than what we were initially hearing, which is 50 million coming from Fabrizio Romano's mouth. But then eventually when you hear the terms and how it was broken down, it makes more sense why we did it so quickly, because it wasn't 50 million coming out of our accounts this summer. It was like a small amount coming out of our accounts this summer to make the transfer happen. And hey, Chelsea are good salesmen. They sell us players all the time. Hopefully because he's young, he can do better. He's already an Arsenal player. I'm going to back him. I'm not going to sit here and crash out now that he's an Arsenal player. You know something about me? Once somebody signs and they're wearing the shirt, I support them. I can blame the club for signing them, but I'll support them.
If Netflix planned to build an Arsenal documentary, it will be their TV show with most number of seasons. It's the fucking light bulb, guys.
I think you guys are silly. You know
She work
something? It's
together.
fashionable. It's fashionable to hit on Arsenal fans and Arsenal. But even if we were to be winning, you guys would still make
Oh,
jokes
if
about
you
it.
won, no one would mock you.
No, wallahi, they still would. Look at Chloe Kelly. She won the Euros and the Champions League with Arsenal, and people still mock her. So at this point, I don't care. I'm gonna continue to be shameless if we win, lose, or draw, because none of you guys are gonna change your opinions, even if we did win.
Ask Egal, who would he rather, Isak or Gyokeres?
I wanted Isak as my primary choice. Gyokeres was my
Thank
second choice. That's the honest truth. And
Thank you.
the reason being, I seen what he does. He's my Ethiopian. He's not Ethiopian. He's my East African brother. He's Eritrean. I'll back him. And it's more like I just wanted Isak in the club since when we were tracking his taxi in London. But now
Yeah,
it's a
I remember.
situation. It's
Me and
now
you were on spaces with each other with Livs and those guys, remember?
Yeah, it's a situation where we get Gyokeres. I'm not necessarily upset. I think Gyokeres is a really good finisher, and he's going to surprise a lot of people who think he's going to flop.
The biggest current vulnerability for Liverpool is that they are only one injury away to Konate or Van Dijk from a crisis. Gahey is way more important than left winger. I agree with this, by the way. All Liverpool fans in the chat, they'll tell you they agree with this, Twinny. Make no mistake. All of us literally want Gahey to come to Liverpool Football Club because of what you just said. So we're in agreement. That's why signing Gahey is just as important. Premier League captain, experience.
I think you need two. You can't trust Mark. You can't trust what's his name?
Konate Gomez.
You can't trust Gomez either.
We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. Anyway, guys, on that note, we're going to wrap up the stream here. Thank you, Egal, so much for your time. This was very enjoyable. I like when I sit down with Egal one-on-one. You get to, instead of Lewis telling him he has 0 UCLs, we get to actually talk a little bit and unpack his statements. Hold that, Lewis. World champs. He's somewhere wearing shades on his fucking belt. Hold that, Lewis. You fraud. You don't want to count the Fairs Cup, but you want to count the Conference League. Sit on the floor. Anyway. Big up to all of you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Egal Talks Football is in the description. Go give him a subscribe. Like this video on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. And also the stream is going to take you over to Staffy TV. He's doing a watch along for the United Brentford game. Go over there and tell him Husam a raid. Love you all. And I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, inshallah.
Peace out.